Faith is more than just a belief. It's a force that propels us forward, even when the path ahead is unclear. When we talk about faith, we're not just discussing a passive trust in something greater. We're talking about a dynamic, active trust that compels us to take steps, even when we can't see the entire staircase. Simply put, faith moves. The Bible gives us countless examples of faith in action, where individuals took bold steps, trusting in God's promises, even when the odds were against them. One of the most powerful examples is found in the story of Abraham. God called Abraham to leave his homeland, his family, and everything familiar to him, and go to a land that God would show him. Abraham didn't have a map, a plan, or even a clear destination, only God's word to guide him. Hebrews 11 verse 8 tells us, "By faith Abraham, when called to go to a place he would later receive as his inheritance, obeyed and went, even though he did not know where he was going." Can you imagine the courage it took for Abraham to step out in faith like that? Yet because he moved in faith, God fulfilled his promises to him, making him the father of many nations. Abraham's story teaches us that faith often requires us to move before we fully understand where we're going. It's about trusting that God is already at work in the unseen, orchestrating every detail for our good. In our modern lives, faith moves can look like many things. It might be starting a new job, moving to a new city, or simply making a decision that feels daunting. Consider the story of J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series. Before she became a household name, Rowling was a single mother living on welfare, struggling to make ends meet. Despite numerous rejections from publishers, she kept writing and submitting her work, driven by her belief in the story she was telling. Her perseverance paid off, and today, she is one of the most successful authors in the world. Her story is a reminder that faith moves, even when the journey is filled with obstacles. When we move in faith, we are aligning ourselves with God's will and inviting His power into our lives. It's not about having all the answers or knowing exactly how things will work out. It's about trusting that God does. In Matthew 17, verse 20, Jesus said, "If you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you." This verse illustrates that even the smallest amount of faith can lead to extraordinary results when we place our trust in God. So how can we put our faith into action in our daily lives? We can do that by taking the first step. Faith often requires us to take a step before we see the full picture. Whether it's starting a new project, reaching out to someone in need, or simply making a decision that feels uncertain, trust that God is guiding you. Proverbs 3:5-6 encourages us, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." We can put our faith into action in our daily lives by persevering through challenges. Moving in faith doesn't mean the journey will be easy. There will be obstacles, setbacks, rejections, and moments of doubt. But like Abraham and J.K. Rowling, keep going. James 1:3-4 reminds us, "The testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything." We can put our faith into action in our daily lives by trusting in God's timing. Sometimes we move in faith and the results don't come as quickly as we'd like. It's easy to get discouraged, but remember that God's timing is perfect. Galatians 6:9 encourages us, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." Faith is a powerful force. Faith is what moves us forward when everything else says to stand still. Faith is what keeps us going when the road is rough, and faith is what brings God's promises to life in our world. Whatever situation you're facing today, I encourage you to take that step of faith. Some of you have more than just a word, you have a direction. God has already revealed the plan to you. He's given you the map. For some, you even have the faith. All you need to do is move, and God will take care of the rest. Trust that God is with you. Trust God is guiding you. Trust God is working in ways you can't yet see. Remember, faith moves mountains, opens doors, and brings God's miraculous power into our lives. So keep moving, keep trusting, and watch how God will work wonders in your life.